Again, I have the unusual opportunity to be the commissioner of two football leagues, the Missouri Valley Football Conference and the Pioneer Football League. And what makes that possible is they each operate with very different missions. While the Missouri Valley Football Conference has a mission to be to excel at this level, to compete at the highest level nationally within this division, we have the Pioneer Football League that has a very different mission. And their goal is to play non-scholarship football. So we consider it to be, cost containment, common sense, financially common sense football. And most of our schools primarily sponsor this sport to provide opportunities for young men to come to their campuses and to create an environment on their campus that just couldn't be achieved without football Saturdays. And so, campus environment and male enrollment, recruitment are two driving forces behind why many of our schools in the Pioneer Football League sponsor that sport. As far as what's on the horizon for the Pioneer Football League, several years ago, we sponsored a summit, and we invited every institution in the country that either had non-scholarship football at Division I, was interested in adding football at this level, and we had a powwow that said, how can we grow this brand of FCS football? And one thing we realized is that these schools that aspired to add this sport needed assurance that they could schedule games. And we were very proactive in talking to any school that had an interest in buying into this brand of football, the Pioneer Football League brand, and offering them advice and offering them a home if and when they offered the sport. And since that summit, Campbell has come on board as a new member, Marist has come on board as a new member, and both Stetson and Mercer are going to be new members of the Pioneer Football League in 2013. That'll bring us to 12 teams. And so we're hoping to continue to grow this brand of football under the Pioneer Football umbrella. Yeah, the geography is certainly unique. We have certainly witnessed a realignment in conferences across the country that challenge the geographic footprints that have been traditional. I think that it's fair to say that the Pioneer Football League has taken that to the extreme, and that we are coast to coast and north to south, as far-flung as any league in the country. While that does create some challenges with the finances of transportation, I can tell you that overall, the fiscally sensible way in which we run football in this league more than makes up for the cost investment that we make in travel. And as we've grown, and I said soon to be 12 teams, gives us an opportunity to play more divisionally and more within geographic footprints east and west, and that's going to help. And as we add more teams in the future, we hope that that's going to make that even more fiscally reasonable. The Pioneer Football League scheduling model has changed pretty dramatically over the last 5 or 6 years. When the league was formed, I think it was fair to say that when they weren't playing conference games, our teams were playing NAIA schools, Division III schools, other non-scholarship programs. Over time, they've tested their teams and have played up, so to speak, and have played scholarship programs and have really handled themselves very well. As they've tested those waters, they've decided collectively as a league that even though we are committed to the non-scholarship model, we are willing to take our champion and play in the NCAA FCS playoffs. We'd like our champion to get an automatic bid just like all the other FCS teams. And while we recognize that that presents a competitive challenge that may be a reach in any given year, we think that our best teams, our champion, does have the ability to fare well on the field against scholarship FCS teams. And we have applied in each of the last 2 years for an automatic bid to the playoffs. We've not been given that opportunity yet. It's quite possible that that opportunity won't be made available to us unless and until the bracket expands. And I can tell you that if there's one issue that I am passionate about, it's about additional expansion to the playoffs. We went from 16 to 20 just this last year, and two new leagues, the Northeast Conference and the Big South Conference, were able to get automatic bids for the first time. And but we've got over 1,000 student athletes in the Pioneer Football League that are not given guaranteed access to the postseason through an AQ, which is a unique and really unfortunate circumstance that we hope to correct. It's been really a pleasure to visit with you, Brad, for the College Football Performance Awards fans. I appreciate everybody that tuned in to listen. And again, I wish our student athletes well for the upcoming season. I know they'll make us proud.